Hi, I'm Freya from England. Before you hear my story, like and subscribe to For Eve. I was born to super rich parents who were extremely competitive. They wanted to be the best at everything and would include me and my sister Olivia in the race to prove the world how great our family was. You're both learning to play the piano. Be ready by next week. The one who plays the best will go on a yacht while the other stays home. Got it? Yacht? It's boring. I'd rather stay home and write poems and stuff. Poems? Are you trying to give me a heart attack or something? Why can't you develop better taste like your sister? Perhaps focus a bit on playing chess? Or perhaps ballet if you want to go all artistic. Ugh, never mind. I'm sure Olivia's the one who's going to win the yacht trip anyway. Well, in my mom's eyes, I was never good at anything. My parents barely noticed me. But Olivia, oh, she was Miss Perfect. And the most annoying. And for some reason, her life's mission was to always remind me that she was better than me. Come on, Mom. It wasn't like Freya ever had a chance against me. Tell me, dear sister, why are you like this? The only one I was close to was my grandma, who always encouraged me to do whatever made me happy. Grandma always wore a beautiful bracelet that jingled that her grandma gave her when she was a kid. She always told me how it brought her good luck and promised to give it to me one day. Once when I was 12, Mom and Dad wanted Olivia to participate in a chess competition, just because Dad's business rival's son was participating too. Olivia, I need you to win this one. There is no other option. We want to teach that guy a lesson. Our family is the champion of this town. I could have asked Freya, but you can't count on her. I know. Don't worry, Mom. I got it. I'll make you proud. I promise. Whatever. It wasn't like I was remotely interested in pleasing Mom anyway. Although Olivia was good at chess, the pressure to win had her going crazy. She started drinking coffee and kept reading books about chess. It was insane. One night before the competition, as I was going to my room, I saw Grandma in Olivia's room hugging her. Oh, sweetheart, don't worry. I know you'll win this one. I don't know if I will. I am so nervous. Can I have this, please? You only love Freya and never even think about me. If you'll give it to me, maybe I'll win. Please, please, please. Oh, all right. Here you go. As Grandma gave the bracelet to Olivia, I felt green with jealousy. How could Olivia get the one thing that Grandma promised to give me? She can't always win. So later that night, I sneaked into Olivia's room and threw the bracelet out of the window so no one could find it. In the morning, I woke up to find Olivia running around the house trying to find the bracelet. When she couldn't, she had to go to the competition without it. Later when she returned, I learned that she had lost. Mom and Dad were furious, but Olivia was more worried about losing Grandma's bracelet. She thought she was now jinxed because of losing it, and it made me feel terrible. I had always thought I was above all of the jealousy and competitiveness, but I wasn't. I was just like Mom, Dad, and Olivia. Maybe worse for throwing away Grandma's precious bracelet. So I told my grandma the truth, and she looked so disappointed, but she eventually forgave me and told me there was nothing more precious than me. One time when I was 15, Mom and Dad took us out to a really fancy hotel, and there I heard people clapping. It was a show, and people were coming on stage and sharing their poetry. Gathering courage, I also went to the stage and took the mic. The moment I opened my eyes, I know it's time to start the fight. I don't want to, but I have to. Can they never see that I don't want to? As I went on, people loved my poetry, and I knew I wanted to become a poet when I grew up. When I told Mom and Dad about it, they totally freaked out. But we wanted you to get into a good university and then become a doctor or something. No one is impressed by your sad poems. I didn't want to impress anyone. It was something I was doing for myself. So I just started writing and would always participate with poetry groups and perform on the streets. One night, a boy stood in the crowd, and when I was done, he clapped the loudest. Every night I performed, I saw him. One night, he stayed when the rest left. You write the most beautiful words I've ever heard. And I should know. Why's that? Actually, my parents are in the music business too, and alright, I'm sort of a singer myself. But I'd die before asking my parents to launch me. Usually, talentless rich kids who want to be singers write their own lyrics, and it's always about breakups or how awesome their life is. But your stuff, it's deep. It's got soul. Thanks a lot. So tell me, since you watched my free show every day, when am I gonna hear you sing? I do owe you a song. but it does look like you're making some good money off your free show. Well, I have to make my own money. I can't take anything from my parents. Oh, I get it. Here you go. The guy's name was John, and I knew he thought I was poor, but it was better than telling him I was from a family that hated what I did. Soon, John and I started meeting every night. We both loved sitting together as we read the verses from my notebook. It was something I could do with him forever. But then one day, he told me he was leaving. I got accepted into this boarding school for artists in LA. They have awesome programs for musicians and poets too. Maybe you can apply next year. I'm sure your work can get you a scholarship. And I did. I was thrilled, but when I told Mom and Dad, they just rolled their eyes. Oh, God. Poets make pennies. Just take up fashion designing or something else. Why do you always have to be so difficult? But Mom, it's my passion. Some passion that won't pay the bills. Fine. If you want to waste your time, just remember, we won't have anything to do with you. You will not get a dime from us. As if I needed you guys. I don't need anything from you. Freya, I have always supported you. But this is madness. As a hobby, it's fine. But going to another country for, of all things, poetry? What will people say? Daughter of the richest man in England is a street-performing poet? Oh, I didn't care what Mom had to say. But Grandma? I couldn't believe she'd taken their side. It was at that moment I just snapped. You too? Why am I surprised, huh? First, you gave the bracelet you promised me to Olivia. Now you want me to crush my dreams and be my parents' slave? I can't believe this. I have made my decision, and I'm not turning back. I had to leave school in a week, and no one was talking to me. But the night before my flight, Olivia came to my room and looked a little worried. I know I haven't been the best sister, but please don't go. Ever since I've been cursed, I can't seem to concentrate, and Mom and Dad are always angry at me. Cursed? Gosh, was she still hung up on that? Olivia, I can't live here. And you're not cursed or jinxed. I was the one who threw Grandma's bracelet away. What? How could you? Do you even know how much it affected me? The guilt of losing something so cherished by Grandma? I was just so jealous. I wanted you to lose. I didn't think it through. I am so sorry. I want to be better. Oh, shut up. You think you're so above us all. But the truth is, you're pathetic. Olivia, I knew what I did was terrible. She was right to hate me. So I packed my bags and quietly left for my new school. At the new school, John was 2 years my senior, and we went right back to where we left off. We even started dating. But in his last year, he had less and less time to spend with me. When his graduation came closer, we broke up. I have to move back to England. Mom and Dad need me to step up and handle the business. So, I guess... It's goodbye? I guess so. I'll really miss you, but I know you'll do great. It was so painful to see him go, so I unfollowed him from all my accounts and poured myself into my poetry. When I graduated, I was determined to make it big. I released a book of my poetry while I was waitressing at a nice restaurant. I was so happy to be in LA and even brought Grandma to live with me. I had visited once on Christmas and we patched things up, and she realized how serious I was about being a poet. One day when I was at work, a blast from the past visited the restaurant. John, what are you doing here? Freya, this is crazy. You stayed here after graduating? I never knew that. Yeah, I think this city suits me. It sure does. After my shift ended, we sat and talked for hours. I even showed him my poetry book. He loved it and told me he could talk to some producers in LA and get me into the industry. There's a famous singer looking to open this weekend. You can perhaps open for her with your spoken word and poetry. Your words? Kid, they got soul. Here you go, an advance payment check. All the best. Outside the producer's office, I ran up to John and hugged him tight. I'm so sorry, I got carried away. No worries, I loved it. Saying that, he leaned in and kissed me, and I felt my heart somersault. A few days before the show, I got the most unexpected text ever from Olivia. Mom and Dad are driving me crazy. I want to meet you, sister. I'm in LA. Let's catch up. Olivia hadn't spoken to me since our fight, and even when I went to visit my family on holidays, she ignored me. Hearing from her was great. I invited her to the restaurant the very next day. I also called John and he was on his way. I really wanted him to meet my sister. I'm so happy you're here. Me too. So tell me, how did you get that show opening gig? I saw on Instagram that you're opening for a famous singer. How the heck did you pull that off? Huh? Oh, so that's what you think of me. Duh. Mom saw the post first and was somewhat happy. And it made me so angry. I learned some time ago from a friend that you were a waitress, so I just wanted to take some pics in this tacky outfit of yours and show it to Mom. Now I'll be her favorite again. Olivia, you are pathetic. I wanted to kick Olivia out of the restaurant, but right then John walked in and seeing us both, he looked shocked.
Olivia, what are you doing here?
My heart nearly stopped. John knew Olivia? But how? Oh, so you're playing for the other side now? Dating Dad's business rival's son? That's low. He is the one who beat me in that stupid chess game.
Freya, what is this? Olivia's your sister? You're the daughter of a business tycoon and work as a waitress? And that performing on the streets thing? Were you trying to make a fool of me the entire time?
Ah, this is amazing. Sister, you are successful and very cunning. You bagged a rich boyfriend to pay your bills. And I know his parents are into the music business too. Did they pull the strings and get you that opening act? And I thought you wanted to make it big on your own. But still, I'm gonna come and see the show to laugh at how royally you'll fail. Shut up, Olivia.
Wow, I don't even know what to say. You betrayed me, Freya. Why?
John, listen to me. I didn't lie. I just didn't tell you the entire truth.
That's called betrayal.
Saying that, he left. That night, I cried my heart out to Grandma. I was heartbroken. I figured John would have my opening canceled at the show, but he didn't. So I decided to quit myself and return the payment check to the producer. When I got to the venue, I went straight to the producer. I'm sorry, I can't...
She can't wait to go on, right, Freya?
John was here with Grandma. What are you doing?
Your grandma contacted me and explained everything. Freya, I realize you never lied to me. It was just me assuming things. I've known you for quite some time, and I know how hard you work. You deserve this. You deserve to do what you love.
You really think so?
I believe so, but we're in a hurry now. I saw your sister in the audience with your parents. I believe she's here to see you fail. So go on and show everyone how good you are.
And I did. When I was done, I even got a standing ovation. I was so happy, and seeing John backstage, I rushed and brought him on stage. Let's do it like old times. You and me together. My words, your voice.
Yeah, let's do it.
It went amazingly well. When the show ended, Olivia and my parents found me. Olivia's face was red, and she couldn't even look me in the eye.
I still think this whole poetry thing is a waste of time, but you do seem to be quite good at it. Your sister is such a failure, but we are proud of you.
Thanks, but I don't need your approval. I do what I love to do. Olivia, you are not a failure. You are a beautiful, independent woman. Always remember that. Stop being Mom and Dad's puppet. Do whatever you love, whatever makes you happy. Saying that, I held John's hand and walked away, as Olivia and Grandma both smiled at me and gave me a thumbs up. That was the day I felt so proud of myself for every single decision I had ever made, from cutting off people to changing my priorities.